I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my horoscope planetary overview for the week of April the 11th. So let's see what's going on this week. Right at the start of the week, we've got Mercury in a sextile with Neptune. I like this very much. It's very creative. It's inspiring. Neptune, of course, is in the inspirational sign of Pisces, and we've got Mercury for an extended stay, a 9-week stay, because Mercury is going to go retrograde at the end of this month on the 28th. So it's going to stay in the sign of Taurus for a 9-week period. Only retrograde for the normal 3 or so weeks during that time. But I like this very much between these two planets because, as I said, Neptune is the planet of inspiration, and of course Mercury is the planet of communication and creativity. So you just never know what you can come up with during this time. There's also a couple of really nice trines happening this week as well. The first one is between Venus and Mars. Love this. Like Venus and Mars, when they get together, it's the love duo. And Mars is going to go retrograde at the end of this week. So, just a few days before, let's see, about 6 days before, we've got this trine. Now, Venus is in Aries, so it's romantic, but there's some urgency and passion, of course, with Aries, some impatience as well, which, is nice. I like that because it gets you down to business, gets you down to thinking about what you want to achieve and motivated. And Mars is in fire sign Sagittarius, so this is, great. I love this too. When these two are together in a favorable aspect like it is right now, then sparks can really fly. And depending on where it is in your chart, and we're going to go through your individual charts in a minute to tell you that, let's not forget that Mars is motivational and positive. I mean, all right, there's always another side, but this is a positive aspect, so I'm going to look at that side of it. And Venus is about love and money, also can be possessive, okay? So we need to watch that. And we do have a trine between, in the middle of the week, with Mercury and Jupiter. Great to love this. It really just helps us get our inspiration and our imagination, our creativity going and be able to put it into words. Great time right now before these planets go retrograde. Mars at the end of this week on the 17th, Mercury on 28th, and Pluto on the 17th or 18th, I think it is. And by the end of this month, we're going to have 5 planets in retrograde, so May's going to slow up a little bit. So great time now to really push forward and get things into action. There is also a trine between Mercury and Pluto, and that's a little later, right at the end of the week, and that really helps us get down to business as well. Now, with these two trines, with Mercury, with Jupiter and Pluto, that automatically sets up a grand trine between Pluto and Jupiter, even though, because Jupiter is retrograde, it's not going to be an exact trine, and for some time now, I think until the last couple of weeks of June by memory, it's still within that orb of influence. So you've got this whole almost lucky incidents happening and opportunities, but you have to recognize the opportunities, okay? Like, just because somebody puts something on your desk, God sends you like a favor, like a lucky sort of meeting, then, it's up to you to recognize that and do something about it. Otherwise, it can just as easily pass you by. And, depending on what's happening in each and every one of our lives, sometimes we're in a position to pick up an opportunity and run with it, and sometimes we aren't. Okay, we may recognize it, but we go, you know what, I have too much else going on in my life right now I'm going to have to let that go. And you know what? That's okay. We all make those decisions for ourselves. The main thing I think is that you do sort of recognize what's going on and be alert to what's going on around you and certain opportunities and chance meetings, and then you can make the decision, and decide to run with it or not. Okay. Now, right at the end of the week, we've got, as I said, Mars is going to go retrograde. So Mars only goes retrograde once every 2 years. It's going to be retrograde for a few months. And so things, Mars is a planet of action, motivation. So things start to pull back a little bit. And in the same sign, Sagittarius, we also have Saturn, which has been retrograde for a little while. And as I said, by the end of April, we've got 5 planets retrograde. So this next week particularly is a great time just to push through and get things done. Okay, so I hope something fabulous happens for each and every one of you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll do the individual reports now. Bye for now.